I have created a build that has 0 flaws. A build that has 95 strength so you can bully literal post scores with your point guard build. A 93 ball handling rating so you unlock gold ankle breaker and can get multiple ankle breakers every single game. A 92 mid-range so you have access to all the best jump shots in the entire game. An 85 perimeter defense and an 85 steal so every time you press X or square you're ripping the ball right off of them. And on top of all that, you're 6'8" with a high enough block rating that you unlock anchor and chase down artists, making your paint impossible to score on. Today we created a build that could only be called the Punisher. Do you think that Christian McCaffrey is rushing for 1 yard on Thanksgiving? Cause if he does, you can win big on Underdog. And if you sign up using code grinding, they will double your first deposit up to $100. Which means that if you put in $10, they will give you $20 to make picks with. And the best part is, no matter when you sign up, there's always a special going on. Like for example, if you sign up by Sunday, there's a Lamar Jackson special where he only has to throw for 1 yard. Or if you take your time and sign up by Monday, there's a Justin Fields special where he only has to throw for 1 yard. Now the NFL is cool, but if you're like me, the NBA is where it's at. So today I decided to go with my pure hater picks and go lower on Jokic's points, rebound, and assists, as well as lower on Jordan Poole's points, rebound, and assists. Y'all come back to this video after tonight's games and let me know how I did. But right now, make sure you click the link in the description and sign up for Underdog Fantasy using code grinding so they will match your first deposit up to $100. Thank you to Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring this video, and let's get into it, y'all. Alright, y'all, now for the build. You're gonna go to create your own, and you can go right or left-handed. It doesn't matter. I like to go right. And this build is gonna be a point guard, 6'8". The weight is gonna be 225 pounds for a specific strength that we're gonna go, and the wingspan is gonna be 6'10". Don't worry, there's a reason for everything. And you know what? We'll cover that first. The reason you're gonna go a 6'10" wingspan is so that you can get an 86 3-point rating and a 92 mid-range. And what that's gonna do for you, the 92 mid-range is gonna give you all of these badges on gold or Hall of Fame. Most importantly, blinders on gold, Deadeye on gold, green machine on gold, midi magician on Hall of Fame, and open looks on Hall of Fame. And the reason we want a 6'10" wingspan so we can get an 86 3-point rating is so we can also get Agent 3 on silver. Anything lower brings your Agent 3 down to bronze, and Agent 3 literally activates on every single shot you take in NBA 2K24. Now y'all, far too often when you play this game, people are struggling to shoot, so all they do is rim run. And I'm not gonna lie, me personally, after a whole year of doing quick drops on 2K23, I'm bored of rim running. So I especially love this build's ability to shoot. If you get an inch of space, you are greening it every single time. And I'm talking about without takeover, whether it's a contested mid-range fade or a slightly contested 3-point pull-up, you are going to be greening consistently because of these gold and Hall of Fame badges. But grinding, how am I going to be getting open to get these shots up? Well, you are going to have an 85 ball handling and a 75 speed with ball. Once again, both for a reason. 85 ball handling not only unlocks all the best your moves in the entire game for your position, it also gives you ankle breaker on gold. Anything else will give you ankle breaker on silver, and if y'all play this game, y'all know that ankle breaker is a little bit overtuned on this game. They happen often. I'd go as far as saying that assuming you're winning your games, you're gonna be getting an ankle breaker every single game. And more often than not, you're gonna be getting a couple ankle breakers per game. And that has a lot to do with gold ankle breaker as well as the playstyle of the game. This game is a lot of hesitations and snatchbacks and moves like that that actually snap people's ankles. Now, I will say this, you can lower this to an 80 if you're only focused on getting the best dribble moves in the game. All the dribble moves I'm going to give you at the end of this video to put on this build, you will unlock with an 80 except for one. So you can get away with going an 80 ball handle if you don't care about gold ankle breaker. Me, I know how overpowered gold ankle breaker is, plus I like to have every single best dribble move in the game for this position, so I went 85 ball handle. And then obviously you're going to go a 75 speed with ball so you can unlock Magic Johnson dribble style. I'm 99% sure y'all know what Magic Johnson dribble style is, but if you don't, it is this move right right here. It is a super glitchy speed boost, and all you have to do is flick the ball to one side and then sprint to the opposite side. It is a super easy move, and everybody spams it every single game because of how fast the speed boost you get with it is. It'll get you wide open midi fades every single time. You can fake the midi fade and go in for a dunk or a layup at the rim, or you can even do the Magic Johnson dribble style and then step back and shoot a three. There's so many options. It is a ridiculous glitchy move, and you need to be able to unlock it, so we went a 75 speed with ball. Now, we already got some big boy attributes on offense. You'd probably think that we're lacking on the defensive end, but I actually focus super heavily on defense for this build. I mainly use this build on the ones court, so you need to be able to defend and get a stop just as much as you can score the ball. So because of that, we're gonna go in 85 perimeter defense and an 85 steal. I'll cover the badges 85 perimeter defense gives you once we get into strength and everything like that, because that's when these badges will pop up and you'll be able to visibly see it. But real quick, let me cover 85 steal. Me and a lot of people used to think that you had to have a 91 rating to get a steal every time you clicked X whenever they did a dribble move. But I've tested this for over a month now, and you literally only need an 85 steal. If they do a dribble move in front of you, you are ripping it 100% of the time if you know the timing of when to reach, which is beautiful because those 6 attribute points it costs to go to a 91 steal cost a ton. You'll probably go from an 83 overall to an 89 overall just by upgrading your steal. So the fact you can get a steal every single time with 85 is a blessing in disguise. Y'all seen me in the 1v1 video. I got over 10 steals in 4 games. So I'm not gonna lie to you, that's on the lower end. Some games, if I'm missing my shots, I'll get over 5 steals a game just because I'm giving them the ball more often than they should have it. So bottom line, I only recommend 91 steal for people who are newer to the game and really want to just feel overpowered. It really doesn't change anything, 91 to 85, but just having a 91 rating in the back of your mind, you feel stronger about your steals. But genuinely, for my more experienced players or the people who want to get the most out of your attribute ratings, I promise you, you only need an 85 steal and you will be ripping everything. After that, we're going to go a 61 interior defense and a 79 block for bronze anchor and bronze pogo stick once we upgrade our vertical. If y'all don't know, 77 block and 61 interior defense is bronze anchor, and then for pogo stick bronze, you need a 79 block. I'll talk more about this once we finish our physicals. Y'all, let me tell you, unless you are facing a 7-3 post scorer in the paint, they are not scoring in your paint. And thankfully, 2K this year, if you're playing normal modes like in the theater, you can only match up against people around your same position. So usually, you'll only be playing 6'6" to 6'8" point guards. Having bronze anchor on a point guard is so underrated. People don't expect it. They be trying to dunk on me with their full slasher builds and be getting stopped just by my bronze anchor alone. I'm telling you, this is my main 1v1 build. If I was getting drop stepped and post scored on every game, I would not recommend bronze anchor to y'all, but I am extremely confident in my defense on this build, and y'all will see why once you make it. And now my favorite part of the build, the reason they call this build the Punisher. First off, we're gonna max out our acceleration at a 73, then we're gonna make our speed an 81 for silver hyperdrive and silver speed booster. But the reason they call us the Punisher is we're gonna go a massive 95 strength, which low-key is probably why I'm so confident in my defense, because you get Hall of Fame immovable enforcer, and then on offense you get a Hall of Fame physical handles, not to mention gold bulldozer, and if you happen to play twos with someone else, you also get gold brick wall, so you can throw people off and set a really nice screen. But y'all, if y'all don't know, a movable enforcer is the most overpowered defensive badge in the entire game. Nearly every lockdown defender this year goes a burly body type and makes sure to get Hall of Fame immovable enforcer because it literally pushes the offense back when they bump into you. In my opinion, a movable enforcer is Hall of Fame clamps from last year. This is Hall of Fame clamps this year, not even the actual clamps bad. Not to mention, you will be absolutely throwing people out of the way when you back them down on offense, bro. It is ridiculous. I'll talk about that more once we get into finishing, but bro, trust me, 95 strength is goated. After that, we're gonna make our vertical a 74, which of course gives us silver chase down artist. Again, I play the 1v1 court. If people get past me, I need to be able to have the option of being able to jump from behind them and swat it off the backboard. And then finally, we're gonna go a 96 stamina, which is gonna give us silver handles for days, silver 94 feet, and silver workhorse. And last but not least, the finishing. We're gonna start with the thing that makes us the Punisher. We got the 95 strength, you know we gotta have the 92 post control, which gives us gold unpluckable, Hall of Fame back down Punisher, literally calling us the Punisher, Hall of Fame dream shake, gold drop stepper, Hall of Fame post fade phoenix, phenom, and most importantly, Hall of Fame post-spin technician. For those of y'all that don't know, Hall of Fame post-spin technician is like the 2K19 post-scoring takeover. You literally throw people out of the way with no takeover activated whatsoever. You just spin your right stick and you just toss them out the way. And do I have to remind you that you're a point guard doing this? Yeah, bro, it's mad fair. But listen, we're not here to play fair. We here to win games, and this build is gonna win you games. If you're ever boxed, if you play a dude that you think might actually be better than you could literally just cheese him for 21 points. In that, if you feel like being toxic, you can at any given moment, and there's nothing they can do about it because you have a 95 strength and a 92 post control, and most people aren't upgrading their strength anymore. So let me tell you, if they don't upgrade your strength, they might as well just put their controller down. It is a 22-0 if you feel like being toxic and posting them up. If they do upgrade their strength, they're still most likely going to get bullied, and if not, you got a million other tools at your disposal with this build. But to finish it off, we're going to go a 55 driving dunk, which is going to give us the Klay Thompson dunk package, the Manu Ginobili dunk package, which are the two safest dunks in the entire game. Then after that, we're going to make our close shot a 62, our driving layup a 65, and our standing dunk a 36, so we actually get standing dunks in the paint after we do our drop steps sometimes. And then finally, to finish off the build, I just upgraded my offensive rebound to a 28 because I'm not going to bring this build to the wreck, so there's no reason for me to upgrade my free throw. If you are, you can. Now real quick, let's talk about some things that you could lower if you want to tweak the build a little bit. The first thing I would drop down if you're trying to change this build is make your ball handle from an 85 to an 80. That's step one. If you're trying to get other attributes in other areas, you could get away with an 80 ball handle. I also have a 6'9 build that has an 80 ball handle, and it dribbles the exact same as my 6'8 except for one dribble move. So if you want to change this build at all, that's an option. You could bring down your ball handle to an 80 and then do whatever you want after that. Another option, even though this would hurt me inside, you could lower your strength from a 95 to a 92. Now you do lose back down Punisher Hall of Fame and more importantly a movable Enforcer Hall of Fame, but you would gain a ton of attributes because you are higher rated in this attribute, so you could distribute it around. Other than that, I really wouldn't mess with too much because you might alter the build beyond repair, but I get that some people are going to want to use this build for more than just the one, so you want to upgrade the pass accuracy, which is at a 55 because I'm using this strictly for the one score. So if you do those, you could upgrade your pass accuracy all the way to a 70, and I wouldn't go any higher than a 70 regardless on a build that's trying to do as much as this 6'8" does. So 70 is probably the max I would go, but you could upgrade it to a 70 if you make those changes. Me personally, again, this is my 1v1 build. I don't need pass accuracy, so I'm gonna go an 85 ball handling for gold ankle breaker and then a 95 strength for immovable enforcer and back down Punisher on Hall of Fame. And if you make the build how I made it, you get the build name a 3-level threat, which is just true. Think about it, you can score from the midi, the 3, and the post. You are a 3-level threat. Honestly, I think a more accurate name for this build would be a 2-way 3-level threat because your defense is extremely high too, but what are you gonna do? It's 2K. And as promised, y'all, here are the dribble moves. I'm not gonna go through every single one, y'all can just copy them down, but these are the dribble moves that I found the absolute best on my 6'8" player. One that you're gonna find kind of weird is that I like step back James Harden. That's because if you hold RT and you flick down on your right stick, it gives you a super glitchy speed boost move if you know how to use it. I might drop a dribble tutorial when season 3 comes out, I ain't gonna lie to you, but basically if you have the Magic Johnson D Wade signature sides up, if you flick your right stick to the right, you're gonna sprint to the left to get the speed boost, and if you flick your right stick to the left, you're gonna sprint to the right to get your speed boost, and then all the other moves are just a combo off of that. I probably will drop a dribble tutorial when season 3 comes out, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you sub with notifications on. Y'all know the deal. The only other thing that I would cover is the triple threat style Kobe Bryant. It's how you explode off the triple threat if you're playing the one score. And honestly, if you don't know how to do it, I would just look up Kobe Bryant triple threat tutorial on YouTube because I needed a controller cam to learn it the first time, so me saying how to do it won't really help you right here. And last but not least, my jump shot, easily the best jump shot base in the game for 6'5" and up players, is base Tracy McGrady, release 1 Oscar Robertson, release 2 Sadiq Bey, 100% release speed, and the blending is 66% Robertson, 34% Sadiq Bey. This jump shot allows you to green over people like it's wide open. I don't know why Tracy McGrady base is so overpowered this year. I didn't even want to believe it at first. I was a huge advocate for Ben Shepherd and JT Thor. I use both of them mainly, but now I switched over to T-Mac and I haven't switched back. The release point I use is set point. I always use set point, but most people have better success on push and release. So make sure y'all try all three and you figure out which one works for you best. But anyways, y'all, that's pretty much it. You can see I'm on my way to upgrading this to 99 overall. This is my main 1v1 build. So you'll probably see more videos coming up when I get to like 95 overall and 99 overall on this build. But anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. And as always, keep grinding.
ballin', ballin'. 2K we never be falling. Rachel she never be calling. Still hitting shots while they steady be taunting. Ballin', ballin'. 2K we never be falling. Rachel she never be